coming right toward you. Those people seem to come and go very fast. They go out of your life very quickly. Everyone's following the rules. There is no problem. Now, what do you think happens if someone who's coming at you is texting and driving? And maybe they had a couple of beers. That whole thing where I told you it's a weapon, be careful. Well, now the weapon is turned on you. And defensive driving is how you survive. Do not be afraid too much, just enough that you keep your wits about you. You don't have to not drive in fear that someone's going to do this to you, but it's always smart to live knowing that you have done all you could to become excellent and survive everything that you've been given. Your health, driving, etc. Now, the people that are coming at you, you have to keep one eye on them as you also look forward and look behind you and look to your side. Now, how do you do that? Well, you do 75% of that with your mirrors. With my mirrors? I'm sure you're like, what do you mean with my mirrors? Before you even move your car, you look to your right and you adjust that mirror. You look to your left, you adjust this mirror. You grab your rear view mirror and you adjust it. You sit up nice and tall and make sure you could see perfectly with all three of those. Then you look out your windshield. Full of dead bugs or gook? Well, you better clean it. You have to be able to see. And once you can see all around you, then you move your car. Now, as you're driving, you want to be able to use your mirrors without moving your neck. This is a phenomena. Doing this is foolish when you can just use your eyes. Watch this. Very quickly checking, right? Now I'm checking because I want to make sure I can make an emergency move at any time that doesn't affect anybody in my car or other cars. Here's one move that no one thinks about. You want to always look 2 to 4 cars ahead. In today's tinted window world, you can't even see through the cars. We used to be able to see through cars. Right through the back and front windshield, we could see way far ahead. Why would I want to see way far ahead? That's right. If there's an accident 5 cars up and we are all traveling at 60 miles an hour in that straight line I explained earlier, the one lane, there's no place to go but a straight line, right? Pedestrians on our right, traffic coming this way, nowhere to go. Why are you looking 4 or 5 cars ahead? Because you want to be able to predict how to stop in an emergency. 5 cars ahead, they have a little bumper. Boom! They smash. Now the 3rd car ahead of you catches on, slams on the brakes, and now here we have the domino effect. Right, we're all packing in. Those don't usually go very well, not at high speeds. Somebody has to veer off. Now veering off into the traffic that's coming towards you is a death trap. That will kill many people. Veering off toward the pedestrians is probably your only option. I hope there's no one there or there's no bikers, but you don't have an option. That space is where you have to go. Now, what a lot of people don't do is they don't look behind them. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a giant dump truck full of gravel, and I'll explain this in another driving episode, right behind you, and he's barreling down, and you come to a complete stop after 60 miles an hour, you will have no idea that this guy cannot stop as fast as you can. And the reason why I say check your mirrors and look around is because if he's behind you, I'll use a fist for you, if he's behind you and he can't stop, he may slam into the back of you. This happens very often where you're slammed, you slam into the next car, everybody slams together, basically. Whiplash and violent injuries from the back are awful because you don't see it coming. That's why that mirror is so important in understanding your escape routes, which in that 1-lane road, for each way, it's to the right. Sometimes it is, you don't go to the right, you just stay right in your lane because you've done your work. You see up ahead far enough, then you can see behind you and to your sides, and everyone solves the problem together because they were all paying attention to the scenario. You know why they call them an accident, right? Nobody meant to do it. They don't mean to. But I'm sorry has never fixed any of the deaths that happen in cars every year. And I'm sorry that's just your ego hoping someone likes you even though you hurt them. It doesn't work on most people. Okay? So I'm sorry does not work when you hurt and destroy people's lives. You're gonna have to dig up more than an I'm sorry. So defensive driving prevents all of these horrible things from happening, okay? Rule number 1, drive defensively, not aggressively. Rule number 2, always look 2 to 5 cars ahead, however possible, without moving your neck around too much by using your mirrors, having a clean windshield, and keeping your car at a place in a position where you could see ahead. Do not ride a bumper. If you can read people's bumper stickers really well, you're probably too close. I don't care if you got those young 20/20 eyes. I still think you might be a little close if you're able to read everybody's bumper sticker. You know what I'm saying? It's a good way to know that you should probably back up. Okay, my last piece of advice for today's driving lesson, and I'll have more of these. People have been asking me to help them with this, is once again understanding the responsibilities of your speed. You see, folks, once you learn this fact, it takes a little while. Everyone speeds at some point in their lives by mistake almost, okay? So let's say we're going from New York to Hartford. This, I know, is about 2.5 hours, okay? So we're gonna go from New York City to Hartford, and we're gonna drive on a highway, and the speed limit is 65. Now, if it takes 2.5 hours at 65 miles an hour, I might think, well, geez, if I go 85, I'll get there faster. So let's do that math. 65 miles in 1 hour I just got myself messed up by saying, let's do the math. There's no way we're gonna be able to do this without using a diagram because I want you to see the number realities. So I apologize, and I won't be able to edit that out right now. However, let's just say this, you only save minutes. You usually only save minutes. By increasing your speed to detrimental levels for everyone, your 2.5 hour ride may be 2 hours and 15 minutes, 2 hours and 18 minutes. It's never like an hour. A 2.5 hour ride does not turn into an hour by speeding 20 or 30 miles an hour over the speed limit. It doesn't. You cannot maintain that ever. And of course, it's illegal, but we're not even talking about the law. We just want to keep you safe. The reality is to swerve in and out of all these lanes, to pass all these massive trucks, and to put everybody at danger because you want to get to the beach before the sun goes down is a horrible thing to live with if you make the mistake that many people do. So we want to always stay on top of our game and never, ever, ever, ever forget that a vehicle is actually a weapon. It really is. I hope you learned a little bit today. And this is just a small little episode for driving. Share it with your friends, parents. You can give this around whoever you'd like to. We do think it's very fun and important to keep them listening and talking about this stuff and have a conversation with them. You can always email me, gregcolossale@gmail.com. There's an E on the end of my name, Greg Colossale with an E at the end at Gmail, or you can find me on Facebook and Instagram and blah, blah, blah. I'll be happy to help, all right? Once again, this is Greg Colossale, and you're on Growing Up.